I'ma keep it a bean. Stick to the script every scene. These from last year, but they clean. Say to say I'ma take something else, but it's winning team. Charlie Sheen, fam gang the regime. I'm from Potty Green.
What's good, Shellitronnn here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back at it again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a bold, Berry Biscuit. This is some news that I did not expect to see today, tomorrow, yesterday, or even in a week, a month, or a year from now. I did not expect to be scrolling through my timeline and see this tweet here from Adam Schefter saying Carolina's Christian McCaffrey is signing a 4-year extension averaging $16 million per year, making him the highest paid running back in NFL history. Sources tell ESPN. This is huge news. You don't see teams paying for running backs anymore. When you draft a first round running back, what you see teams do is they do the 4 years that are on the contract. Then they give them the 5th year option. And then what teams will do is they'll squeeze everything they can. If you're a young running back who shows productivity, who shows consistency, and you show the team that you can do things and put up numbers game in, game out, week in and week out, season after season, what they do is in year 6, when you should be getting paid, franchise tag. Year 7, when you should be getting paid, franchise tag. Now you're 7 years into the league, you're almost 30, and teams say, well, look, man, we really can't pay you like you're almost 30. You're almost 30, and most NFL running backs, their drop-off is age 30, so we can't give you a 4-year contract with a lot of money. And we all know that the running back position is the easiest spot to transition from the college game to the NFL. So honestly, it might just be better for teams to just go ahead and draft another young stud running back first 2 rounds, maybe even the 3rd round of the draft, and they can approximate that kind of value that their franchise running back has had over the past 4, 5, 6 years. But we're seeing something here from the Panthers that we've seen backfire for a lot of other teams, but I'm not so sure it'll actually backfire for Christian McCaffrey, and here's why. The man is not just a running back. He's not just like one of these guys like a Derrick Henry who will pound the rock every single down. He's not a guy like Todd Gurley who can catch the ball, but he's more of a runner. You don't really think of a pass catching threat when you think about Todd Gurley. Also, he has injury history, so there's things going on there as well. When you think about Christian McCaffrey, what people were saying before he came into the league was that he was a slot receiver who played running back. People said he couldn't run between the tackles. People said he was not strong enough to stand up to the NFL game. And from year 2 on, he proved everyone wrong. And I say from year 2 on because in his first season, his rookie season, the team still did have Jonathan Stewart, and we gave him a farewell tour. He did not look good at all in 2017. If you were around, if you're a fan of the team in 2017, you know that Jonathan Stewart did not look good at all. Now, when C-Mac got in the game, he looked pretty decent. He had almost 450 yards that year, 2 touchdowns, but the run game was not it. The team did not want to transition over to Christian McCaffrey just yet. 2 years ago in 2018, we saw Christian McCaffrey get 1,000 yards off rip, 7 touchdowns. He also almost had 900 yards receiving, and the man was doing everything. I'm telling you a little secret. This team is Christian McCaffrey's, but it is kind of confusing because on one hand, it is great to see C-Mac get all these numbers, get all these yards through the air, through the receiving game, but you also understand that on the other hand, it was mainly because Cam Newton, QB1 Ace Boogie, was hurt consistently over the past few years. 3 years of surgery, 2 back-to-back years of season-ending injury, and that all culminated in last year where he got hurt in the preseason, tried to stick it out for 2 games in the regular season versus the Rams and the Bucks, and it came down to the team to call on Kyle Allen to play quarterback for the back end of this season. But we did see Christian McCaffrey have an even better year. He had 1,387 yards rushing and over 1,000 yards receiving. He got 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving, and people in the NFL still didn't think he was the best running back in the league. Makes no sense to me. I have no clue how Michael Thomas won the Offensive Player of the Year. That makes absolutely no sense to me considering what Christian McCaffrey did, and he did it consistently on the ground, through the air. But we got to remember that, like I mentioned, a lot of that workload came because the team did not have a quarterback, so it kind of fell all on Christian McCaffrey's lap to make things work, especially since the defense was not looking too good at all, well, ever. But either way, that doesn't take away from what Christian McCaffrey did on the field, what he means to the team, the franchise, I think the whole NFL. I think Christian McCaffrey is one of the best running backs, one of the most, I think, marketable guys in the NFL, and him being the most highly paid running back of all time, I think he deserves it. I mean, there are other guys who should get paid, who I think deserve to get paid, but we know what the running back position is right now, so it is what it is. But C-Mac, of all those guys, if there was anyone in the league who deserved to get paid, C-Mac would be at the top of the list. And just going over it real quick, we saw the Cowboys pay Zeke. He's getting paid $15 million a year. Le'Veon got paid by the Jets, but it wasn't really all that much. It was just over $13 million a year. I think he was looking for that $15 or $14.5 million per season. He actually deserved it too, because Le'Veon Bell is not just a running back. He is also a slot receiver kind of guy. Actually, you could probably put him out wide as well. So Le'Veon Bell does have a lot of versatility. He didn't look all that great this year on the Jets, but the Jets had no O-line. They didn't have a quarterback for a while. A lot of teams just said, we're just going to pack the box against Le'Veon and see what he can do. The Jets team was just not built for Le'Veon to actually play well. Plus, didn't their head coach not even want him? Adam Gase hates running backs, and he hates running backs even more when they're actually good. Don't believe me? Look at what he did to the Dolphins over the past several years and how their running backs looked. All right, we can move on from that. We also know that David Johnson did get paid. He showed he was not worth it to the Cardinals, but the Texans now have his contract, so it is what it is. He's getting paid $13 million a year. But CMC honestly brings more to the table than these guys, and he has more of an impact to the team as a whole than these guys, more so than the next best player on the team, that he obviously deserves it. And what you notice is the Panthers did not wait until after Christian McCaffrey's contract was up to extend him. They said, hold up, bro. We know if we get past year 4 with you, you're probably going to want a lot more money. Now, I don't know about other Panthers fans, but I know for me, I was 100% convinced that if the team did not extend Christian McCaffrey after this past season, next year, he was either going to hold out or demand a trade, because we all understand who he is, what he is to this team, and actually seeing the team get gutted around him. Luke Kuechly retires, Greg Olsen gets cut, Cam Newton gets cut. One of the biggest stories, I think the biggest story in Panthers history, the team understood, the front office and the ownership and Dave Tepper, they understood, look, first of all, we have no names on the squad right now. There are no name brands. There is no one to actually sell tickets on this team. Now, Teddy Bridgewater sells more tickets than Kyle Allen, but still, yeah, he's not really going to move units like that. This was a move that was not only good for the play on the field, this was a move that was good for the pockets of the Panthers. Signing Christian McCaffrey, extending him before year 4 is good PR. This is a good PR move after almost tanking their PR by cutting Cam, doing it late, and then misleading fans and whatnot by saying they're allowing him to seek a trade, when what they really mean is, bro, whether you get traded or not, you're not going to be on this squad next year. We have no use for you. You're not touching the field in black and blue ever again, my brother. So whatever you're going to do, you're going to do it outside of Carolina. That's what they meant. That's what they basically said as well. And this right here was a move to try to soften the blow of that horrible, horrible decision they made and the way they handled Cam's situation, losing Luke. This will get fans to buy back in to the Panthers. I think some fans think about not buying tickets and whatnot, but knowing you're committed to Christian McCaffrey, knowing that this means you're not going to spend money on a quarterback, you're probably going to draft a guy, probably not this year, probably next year, and seeing you're going to build around him and Christian McCaffrey, seeing it's going to be CMC's team, he is the face of the franchise. This might, convince some fans who are on the fence about staying or leaving that there might be brighter days, because there was a lot of talk about trading Christian McCaffrey. Very serious talk about whether the team should or should not trade him. And look, there's no wrong way to think about it. I think that the team could have got a lot of picks for him and could have built toward the future with those picks. But I also believe that, if we want to build a team, that the team is about not just wins and losses. It's also about marketing and moving merch and selling the team to the public. So it is what it is here. That's my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on Christian McCaffrey becoming the highest paid running back in NFL history? Did he deserve it? Is he the best running back in the league? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win. Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.